Abubakar is the next prepared person to be president of Nigeria. Everything he said, right from his campaign, his mode of campaign, his dressing mood, his handsomeness, his brain. If you have this man as a brother, will you not be happy? Benny. So here is a man who has come to rescue Nigeria, to reset Nigeria, and he wants to be president. And we pray in the name of Almighty God, he will get there. Listen, gentlemen, right honorable members. He's not the other one in the race. Everybody that have picked that form at our party headquarters are all qualified to be president. But there's one that's above all of them. They know. Because see, if you go to a wrestling floor, a ring, and you know the man that will defeat you, you look at the money you are going to get. Let this man just defeat me, collect my money. But as a man, you can answer up to say, please, okay, give me whatever you are going to give me. So that is where this man is today. And if it is not Atiku Abubakar, who else? It's a great debate. Because he has prepared. He told you and I that there's going to be Minister of Niger Delta, isn't it? They didn't know what he meant by that. So when Yaradua came, he established Minister of Niger Delta. They could not go forward. In his 2019 campaign, he said he is going to deprivatize NAPC, isn't it? And they said, oh, this man is going to tell NAPC, he's going to sell it to his cronies. But today, what is happening? Even the mode of what they are doing is totally wrong. So this is the man who will recognize you and I. This is the man that is coming from the executive. This is the man who is coming from the business world. He understands what it is. He is prepared to be president of Nigeria. So, ladies and gentlemen, join us in this struggle to our destination. The ministry is moving. It's moving towards the permanent side. And the permanent is Aso Villa. May God bless every one of us as well.
Thank you, distinguished.
But this is a familiar terrain, that these are parliamentarians. I've been in parliament for 16 years, and when I look at your faces, and I look at the events in 2015 and 2019, that you northern legislatures were able to make it, means you are not only resilient, you are lionesses. I know, as a matter of fact, what happened in northern Nigeria in 2015. I saw what happened practically in 2019 when any PDP member was a marked member. And yet, we produced out to 14 members of the House of Assembly in Kano. I like to give kudos to Honorable Lawal. He has been sharing comparing notes with me in the last 1.5 years, and with some members of the Kano State House of Assembly, which culminated into Lawan coming to Abuja to come and have a one-on-one with our principal. And he assured him that members of Kano State House Assembly, PDP, will go the way of Atiku. Today, you have answered that call. That brightens our picture. And I'm surprised that yesterday I came from Bauchi and the Deputy Speaker told me they are joining us. But I know, as a matter of fact, that was cancelled. There was flight cancellation. But let's go to the business of why we are here. Does anybody here sit down and think about the convention of the APC that took place 3 days ago? Did anybody think about the repercussion of a party that we said that after the convention it will fizzle out? Is APC fizzle out? Is APC finished? No. APC is as strong as they are, administratively speaking, because they have a sitting government. The thousands of what we saw at the convention, for me as an opposition leader, frightens me. Because if after these devastating 7 years, there were people can say true to the square, then we need to put our thinking cap and know that we have a battle ahead of us. PDP is ready, but PDP cannot be ready without a tested leader. We need somebody who knows the terrain. We need somebody who was there before. You and me, and even other Nigerians, understand that Atiku Abubakar won 2019 election, but it was hijacked. That is the same game they are going to employ in 2023. We have learned our mistakes. And the only way we showcase to Nigerians that we've learned our mistakes, we have seen somebody who won this election. We have seen commentaries about what we did not do and what we ought to have done. And we have taken note. We don't need a rocket science that this is the best prepared candidate in APC and PDP put together. He won the election fair and square. From day one, we have somebody who had almost 12 votes ahead of every intending candidate in the nation, be it APC, be it AFGA, 12 million votes for a start. Who has ever garnered those votes? From day one, he has 12 million votes. And it is no propaganda. The records are there. The matrix of arithmetic is there. How do we now, as party members, begin to tinker with our future? The only reason why we're here and why we form political parties is because we want to capture political power. If we're not going to capture political power, why waste your time? Is it about 10,000? Is it about 100,000? Is it about 1 million? Most of us have it. No, we want to capture political power in order to add value to the people that we represent. As members from Northern Nigeria, I see a Herculean task ahead of all of you if we do not have in the first ballot that we have a PDP president that wins this election. And I know what I'm telling you. If they had allowed Atiku Abubakar and announced him as a winner of 2019 election, this space would not fill up with members of the State Assembly from Northern Nigeria. And that is the message I'm telling my compatriots from the South. Where do you want us to go? We were pummeled down. We were castigated between 2011 to 2015 for taking the party line and supporting Jonathan. Some of our houses were raised down. We were called all sorts of names. Some of us are in jail because money was given for electioneering, and the same money was also given to them in 2015 and 2019. And EFCC has not arrested anybody in that regard. Are we actually sitting down and think that we can be an opposition party forever? It is historical. No opposition party, especially in Africa, survives opposition up to 16 years. We used to be the biggest party, the brightest, the best. We know our mistakes. We have learned from these mistakes. Are we going to commit political harakiri because I want a particular person from a particular state, from a particular zone to emerge as president? When we're almost halfway with Atiku Abubakar, we're almost halfway. It's just a matter of the election. My colleagues, I served with him between 1999 to 2003 as a chairman of Solemn Minutes Committee. And I served with him as the House leader between 2003 to 2007. If you are looking for anybody who understands democracy, who will give Parliament their independence in the present day Nigeria, there is no better person than Atiku Abubakar. If you had been around after 2007, we would have had an independent legislature. In 2004, as a House leader, opposition brought a motion to impeach Olusegun Obasanjo. Because we were in the majority in the House, I was made as the House leader to impeach Obasanjo. And 2 days after, I was in the villa. I met Atiku Abubakar. I met Obasanjo. Could anybody imagine if it is today an APC member move against the impeachment of Buhari? He will know he only be castigated, he would have been probably killed or sent to jail. That is how we operated in the past. That is how benevolent our party was. That's how united we were. Obasanjo asked me, Ningi, they said you are the chairman of my impeachment. I said, yes, sir. In the villa. He said, bring the evidence. And I said, at a later date, sir. And we went to back the business of governance and the party. And it's on record. Therefore, gentlemen, we have very few options ahead of us. Very, very few options. We want to remain as an opposition party. It's our choice. We want to have a chance to win 2023 election. It's still our choice. For me, I have said it, and I'm going to repeat it. In PDP, I remain. Win or lose. So thank you, gentlemen, for listening, and I hope you get back to your bases in good health. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, distinguished honorable members. His Excellency has requested that I play a short clip for you.
Adamawa and Taraba, whose fathers are now late, and who were my contemporaries in politics. They worked with me when I was running for governor. So, honorable members, thank you for the services of your late fathers. Having said that, I want to emphasize on the speech of Senator Ningi. Honestly, when the APC was preparing, for their convention, with all the disasters and lack of preparations and so on and so forth, I never thought it was going to end the way it ended. First, it was well attended, yes. The government in power, they could mobilize all the crowds. And then secondly, the lack of democracy in the convention. No single office was contested. This is to show you that this is a government and a party that is determined to cling to power by all means. So that has thrown more challenges to our party. Don't go to sleep and think because the APC has done woefully bad in all aspects of our national life. Therefore, they will not fight to remain in power. We have a serious job to do to take them out of power. So I implore you to work harder to make sure that we return to power. This is so that we can sustain our democracy, deepen it, and ensure that we have our freedoms and liberties intact in this country. With the way APC is going, I don't see any guarantee of freedom and liberty in this country. And this is what I spent about 30 years, first of all, fighting the military to get the military out of power. And then after restoring democracy, to see how we can deepen, our own democracy and make it irreversible. But the way APC is going, I do not see hope for democracy in this country. So we have to work harder. Having said that, then it becomes, okay, what kind of leadership then do we need? And that's why I think I stand shoulder high above my contemporaries who are now in the race. Because when we met last night, and I started giving them the history of democracy and the history of struggle for democracy in this country, all of them nodded and said, "We don't have a leader like you." Because when we started the fight for the restoration of this country, some of them were just leaving universities. Some of them were also just in the universities. So, leaders of the various houses of assembly and members of the assembly, you have a very, very crucial role to play here. And that is the role of identifying the right kind of leadership that will give us victory, and the victory that will further enthrone and deepen our democracy in this country and bring about all the good things that democracy can bring. Unity, prosperity, employment, and quite a lot of other benefits that democracy can bring. Therefore, as usual, I stand before you and appeal to you for your support, so that together we can achieve that victory, so that together we can continue to deepen our democracy and all the benefits that our democracy can bring to our people. If we are talking about unity, forget when you are with me, forget about it. My main thing will be your capacity to do this job. I don't look at your religion. I don't look at your ethnicity. For instance, I'm a Muslim. I was born a Muslim. But people from Taraba State can bear me well. I installed a governor, a Christian governor in Taraba, and a Christian deputy governor. Yes. And since then, they have not been able to do it again. What I was looking for at that time was winning. I wanted to win. When I was elected governor and eventually made vice president, my own ethnic group and my own religion says, no, we must have another Fulani man, a Muslim like you, to become a governor. I said, no, it's my deputy who will become governor. We went to court from Federal High Court up to the Supreme Court until I floored them and installed my deputy, who is a Christian minority. I don't look at those things. In my own politics, in my own democracy, I don't look at those things. I don't look at your ethnicity. I don't look at your religion. I look at what is right, what is lawful, what is just, and what is democratic. So, leaders of the various state assemblies, honorable members, you represent a chunk of our delegates at the convention. I appeal to you for your support and the support of your supporters. I thank you very much indeed for taking time to come from your respective states. We still hope, because of the tightness of the electoral timetable, we still hope to visit as many states as possible, and we still hope to meet with you again. So, if we have inconvenienced you by inviting you to come to Abuja, we ask for your forgiveness as far as that one is concerned. So, we thank you very much indeed. We look forward to working with you so that we can return PDP to power. You know what PDP did from 1999 to 2007. Up till now, no government has achieved. Imagine if PDP had continued, what this country would have become by now. Imagine our growth, our economy, name it, our infrastructural development, and so on and so forth. So it's a serious setback for this country, the coming of APC into the...
We don't have any reason, not at all, to even contemplate that we can receive or accommodate any presidential candidate. Taraba is a baby of Adamawa, meaning we are the last born of Gongola. And therefore, sir, your emergence as a presidential candidate, which God has ordained that you are still going to be the president of this country, is a plus, and it is an additional favor that God will do to us in the Northeast. Because you have been tested, we've trusted you, we believe in your philosophy, a political philosophy of what? One Nigeria. Sir, I am not a sincere, but I am standing here to tell you that by the special grace of God, we are going to see you in Villa come 2023. I know I am speaking the minds of everybody here and every Nigerian, sir. Therefore, all we want to say is that remember us in your kingdom. Is that the resolution of this sitting, that Atiku Abubakar of Nigeria will be the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? Those in favor of this motion should say aye. Aye. Those against to say nay. The ayes have it. Atiku Abubakar is ordained by God to be the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you, sir.
Manchester and Liverpool. What we learned in that country, the British government does not have a written constitution. The local government system, they have units called boroughs, and they bring them together to form what is called combined authority. There's no constitution. There's no written agreement between these boroughs. And the system works perfect. That is why you have the kind of infrastructure they have over there. And there's no written constitution. Today, Your Excellency, sir, we have a country that has a constitution. And I tell you, if you go to a filling station today, Your Excellency, Nigerians want to travel today, they calculate the kilometers before buying the fuel. Because there's no extra money to feed the tank. That is what is happening in this country today. What we are gathered here and we are saying is not about you. It's about rescue Nigeria. And who can do it? It's you. We are not talking about you. When the president, my governor always says this, when he was addressing Nigerians, the speech, he said he was going to take Nigeria from top to bottom. We didn't understand that until now. We didn't understand it. It is now that we understood what he was talking about. Your Excellency, the Buenos Aires Assembly members seated there in their numbers. I always say we are party loyalists. And that is why I'm 2 times speaker supported by my members here. We do what the party says. The leadership of PDP in our state is yours. And once the leadership tells us, the assembly, that this is what we want you to do, that day we queue behind you. And that is who we are. We are party loyalists. All our members, 24 of them out of 30.
Only one person will not vote for Obasanjo in that primaries. It was the late Madami of Adamawa, who is MPN partner. When Atiku Obasanjo won the election, you were then metamorphosed into becoming the vice president of this country. I was elected as a member of the Kano State House Assembly. Your patriotism and your desire to uplift the standard of the masses, especially the Northerners, your willingness to bridge the gap of education between the southern part of Nigeria and northern part of Nigeria really give me much attention. That's what makes me admire you much. I was the chairman of Education Committee, Kano State House of Assembly then. You introduced what is called the Agenda for Action. You gathered all the vice chancellors of the Northern Nigerian universities, the rectors of Kano State Polytechnics, all the commissioners of education, all the chairmen house committees of the state assemblies in the Arewa House, discussing how to bridge the gap of education between North and South. Then you ordered for a research. What surprised me then was that in that year, in the whole of Zamfara State, in that very year, no single student possessed the minimum requirement into the university. In the whole of Zamfara then, nobody has 5 credits, which include English and mathematics. You can have a student having 4 credits with English or mathematics. So that worries him very much. he comes up with a book. I have that book now, and I have been reading it. He called it Agenda for Action, with the aim of bridging the gap between the South and Northern Nigeria. We have been meeting several times in the House, area house. Then, that's what makes the idea of having what is now called universal basic primary education super. He did it. We don't have that because this money is allocated to fund primary education is from 3 sources, and most of the primary schools in northern Nigeria are Islamia primary school. They were not integrated and they were not sharing that share of the amount. So that's what we have. So this gentleman, since then, I made him my principal actor. I have been following him and I wanted him to succeed. I know he has an idea. When Senator Ndingi was speaking, and when I saw the clips of his speech just now, I think we need somebody like him, because in his speech, he says Nigeria was never divided since from the Civil War up to this time. There were several agitations. The Yoruba nations, the Igbos, IFOP, and so on and so on. Insecurity was at its highest level. The train was bombarded just 2 days ago. Bandits were able even to enter into the airport. It always emphasized me when I heard the rate of spread of killings in southern Kaduna every day. Look at what Nigeria State is coming now. The whole northern Nigeria is now scattered. The food basket of Nigeria, the Benue and Tarawa and Nasarawa State, no longer goes to farm. We need a savior. Yes. The savior and the answer is the zeal of Adonai. We will restore the spirit of Nigeria, to make the economy of Nigeria great. There will be peace, and he will make sure Nigerian democracy is sustained. May God Almighty help you. Come 23, you will be sworn in, inshallah, as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Our dear sister, I don't know what she will be there, who she will the host for. Thank you, sir.
So I decided to look at the arithmetics of the PDP zonal matrix between 1999 to 2023.
Thanks for checking out SYMFONI on YouTube. Please be sure to subscribe and like our videos for updates.